I did a video recently where I went through the top 10 most expensive alt arts in the Pokemon Sword and Shield era. Of course, a lot of them are going up in price, especially the top chase ones. But what about the top 10 cheapest alt arts from the Sword and Shield era? All well and good talking about the most expensive, but which ones can I afford? You know what I mean? Which ones are cheap? Well, I'll be going through the top 10 cheapest alt arts plus some honorable mentions. So let's jump in. But before we get into that, guys, let me know down in the comments, what do you think is going to be the cheapest alt art? I was actually quite surprised at which the cheapest alt art in the Sword and Shield era was. I thought I could get it, but I didn't. I was close, but not close enough. All right, let's jump in. All right, first honorable mention, we have the Single Strike Urshifu V from Battle Stars. So this is an honorable mention at $12. Okay, at $12. It's weird. We're looking at, we were looking at alt arts, obviously the Moonbryon and stuff like that, but we were looking at alt arts where, the honorable mentions was like $120, before we even got to the top 10. It was crazy. Well, this one's 12, okay? And this is just an honorable mention. We're getting cheaper, all right? These are bargains here. So definitely go and pick them up. I'm not saying that these alt arts are going to go crazy. Not all alt arts are going to be expensive. Hey, look, when they're this cheap, you can't really go wrong, right? Battle Styles. So this is a nice card. I like this one. Like, I have a master set of Battle Styles. It's actually the only master set of the Sword and Shield era I have because I really like the set. And I like a lot of the cards. I know. It's a bit weird. The value of this card, though, over the past year, let's have a look. Going down. What a surprise. Battle Styles hasn't really been doing very well. It hasn't. So I don't expect a lot of the cards really to do that great, to be fair. Especially, more the cheaper end. It doesn't have that many arts in the set anyway, but yeah, $12, pretty poor. Another honorable mention, we got the Breakdancing Genesect Me on a Saturday Night coming in $11.89. This card has dropped quite a bit, to be honest. From when it first came out, that's for sure. And I like this card. I think it's cool. I mean, it's Me on a Saturday Night. I mean, what else do you want? Fusion Strike going up in price. This card going down in price. We go and look at the year. $22, but it's basically dropped by 50% in the past year. Crazy, right? Crazy. Steel boxes are going up. Gengar's going up. Espeon's going up. Everything else is going up. Me on a Saturday Night. It's not. What's going on? And then starting things off at number 10. So first at number 10, we have Medicham from Evolving Skies at $11.60. No, not everything in Evolving Skies is going to the moon. Moonbron's going to the moon. And some of the big VMAX ORs are going to the moon. And Evolutions. But if you're not an Evolution, you're at the back of the queue, right? Medicham, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this art. I just don't. So $11.60, not doing very well, even though Evolving Skies is just doing crazy things. And over the past year, it's at the lowest, pretty much the lowest point in the past year. It's not really moving well. You can pick it up for $11. It's pretty good. In at number 9, these prices are incredibly close, guys. I will tell you, when we're going through this list, these are so close to each other. They could easily switch up the rankings insanely close. It's crazy, right? Duraludon, another Evolving Skies OR, $11.49. A little bit cheaper, okay? Just a smidge. Again, isn't really doing much. Over the past year, it's still falling. Even though, like I say, the big top cards are going up, there's got to be some duds and some sets, right? Imagine you open up, you open up an Evolving Skies booster box right now, right? You pay $700 or whatever it is, and this is the alt art that you pull. How gutted would you feel? I mean, this just sucks. But yeah, $11.49 for this Duraludon. Right, we're moving over into Silver Tempest. Silver Tempest alt arts have had a bit of a rough ride, right? The Unknown didn't quite make it into this list, but it is cheap. But the Regidrago did. Okay, $11.24. Now, Silver Tempest, booster boxes are going up. Lugia's kind of doing its own thing. Not really going crazy, but it's kind of there. But all the other arts in the set. So, yeah, it's really, really tough. Go back over the past year. Dropped over 50%. Crazy, guys. It's absolutely crazy. You can pick up this. I mean, it's quite cool. I mean, you can see, look, he's there in the background. Lugia's right there. But, yeah, that's probably the closest you're going to get. But, again, imagine putting this in the Silver Tempest box. Feels kind of bad, right? So yeah, pretty cheap there for the Regidrago. We're going back into Battle Styles with the Rapid Strike Urshifu this time. I actually prefer the artwork of this to the other one. Yeah, I just prefer this one. $11, pretty much on the nose. Let's take a look over the past year, and yep, still falling. And this is what's happening, a lot of the Battle Styles cards, and it's not just Battle Styles, as we, not any set is exempt from this. Although there is actually one set that does have an alt art, which I believe is not in this list, and that is Lost Origin. Lost Origin has, it doesn't have an alt art that's in this list. Close though, pretty close. I think it was the Berserker that was quite close to this list, but Yeah, so Lost Origin I think is the only one that doesn't have a card in here. But yeah, so pretty good. So yeah, pretty low for this card. Battle Stars, I mean, what more can I say? Just missing out on the top 5, we have one of my favourite cards actually from Astral Radiance, which is the Hisuian Lilligant V. This is actually top 3 card of the set for me. I love the look of this card and I really want to get one graded. It's just ridiculously cheap. I mean, it's less than $10 for an alt art, right? We go back a year and even then dropped nearly 50% in the past year. This was already cheap enough and it's going even cheaper. This is a beautiful art though. I mean, to get this level of just really nice artwork for around $10 is amazing, to be honest. So yeah, Astral Radiance has a ton of amazing alt arts in the set. A lot of them are quite cheap, but this is the cheapest. Still a beautiful card for a cheap price. Hey, that's a good one for me. Right, we're coming into the top 5 now. We're breaking into the top 5. Honchkrow, the bird with a hat. Coming in from Brilliant Stars, $6.56. That is pretty crazy cheap. Brilliant Stars, of course, is going up in price for sealed product. Could you imagine pulling this? I've never pulled this card. I bought one. It might have been like £10. But I did buy one. Actually, it might have been less than £10, maybe £8. So, yeah, over the past year, this has nearly dropped. Well, it has dropped by 50%. Following the same trend as pretty much all of them, which is pretty crazy. Look, if you like Honchkrow, I mean, I love the art. I think it's really sweet. I think it's really nice. That's why I bought it. It's a bargain, guys. It's an absolute bargain. I mean, it's the price of 2 booster packs. So you might, or less actually than 2 booster packs. Great card pickup single. Imagine pulling this though. That must be harsh. Greedy Greedon coming in from Fusion Strike. Imagine pulling this as your alt art. You're hoping for the Gengar VMAX or the Espeon VMAX. And Fusion Strike, you pay $200 or over $200 now for a booster box and you pull a $5 alt art. Fusion Strike pull rates are already tough enough as it is. We don't need to be pulling $5 alt arts. Absolutely not. He is a greedy boy though. We go back over the past year. This card has dropped again 50%. We're seeing a trend here. And again, these card prices are pretty close. You wait till we get into the top 3 because we'll come in the top 3 in a moment. This is crazy. So yeah, pretty interesting. I have pulled this multiple times, unfortunately. I wish it was something else that's not art in this set. Yeah, $5. Then we got the Skunk Tank V from Silver Tempest. So the Regidrago wasn't the worst. Skunk Tank's the worst. $5.57, right? So again, we go back over the past year, and this card has dropped more than 50%. This is getting crazy. So yeah, these cards are dropping like mad. Now's a great time. Imagine pulling this in your Silver Tempest box. You're like, oh, come on, give me that Lugia. Give me that Lugia. And then you pour Skunk Tank. That's just an absolute joke. But before we get to the final 2, guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Which one do you reckon is going to be number 2? Which one do you reckon is going to take the top spot? There is a certain snake which has not yet come up. Will it be number 1 or will it be number 2 for the cheapest alt art in the Sword and Shield era? In at number 2, we have the Sandaconda V. $3.79 from Fusion Strike. We thought it was the Greedon. Not quite. That is right. The Sandaconda is coming in as the second cheapest, but the cheapest in Fusion Strike. Now, could you imagine? I'm going to say it again. I'm paying $230 and pulling a Sandaconda V from your Fusion Strike booster box. I will not be happy. So yes, less than $4 for this card. We go back a year. I mean, it didn't drop by 50%. I take that as an absolute win. I mean, it was already cheap enough already. So yes, this is a very, very cheap card. I like the artwork. I actually do. I think it's cute. It's adorable. I'm not going to say like, you know, come on guys, let's jack up the price of this, right? It's cheap. It's cheap. You know, it's a nice art. You know, it's cute. It's by the radiator, trying to keep it all wrapped up and nice and warm. Mate, pulling this would suck. What do you think number 1's going to be? I thought Sandaconda was the cheapest, and then I got thrown a curveball. Coming at number 1, we have the Conkeldurr V from Pokemon Go. Yes, Pokemon Go is not a very good set, and imagine pulling a $2.80 alt. What would you like? Would you like to pull $2.80 alt, or would you like the Moonbryon? I mean, imagine how many of these you can buy for a price of a Moonbryon. Look, Pokemon Go is a really poor set. It is across the board. I mean, even the Mewtwo, which is one of the biggest cards in the set, is not really worth much. I thought this would be cheap, but I didn't expect this to be that cheap. I really didn't. And I didn't think it would beat the Sandaconda. We go back a year. This card nearly dropped by 50% from $5. Hey, look, guys, you know, if you end up pulling this from Pokemon Go, cool. Just go on. If you really want, just go and buy it. I don't actually have this, so I'm actually going to go and buy it. It sounds crazy, just because I want to have all the arts in the Sword and Shield era. I'm actually going to go and buy it. I mean, like half the price of a booster pack. No brainer. So there you have it, guys. Conkeldurr is the cheapest art in the Sword and Shield era. If I've missed any or I've got any wrong, let me know down in the comments, but I'm pretty sure I've got the right order. I mean, obviously the prices will fluctuate because some of them are ridiculously close. Mate, there are some really cheap alt arts out there in the Sword and Shield era. Not all of them are going to the moon. Some of them are going in the bin. You know, like that Conkeldurr and the Sandaconda and some of the others. I mean, even the Greedent, the Genesect threw me off as well. There's just so many cards. I'm like, wow, really that cheap? That's crazy. But they're beautiful art, and you can appreciate them. You know, there's some beautiful, stunning artwork cards there. Just good bargains to pick up and add into your collection. If it's fun the video, guys, and you've enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button, make sure you subscribe for more Pokemon content. But if you want to know what the top 10 most expensive, let's fly in the mood a little bit, but alt arts are, then make sure to click the video on the screen. And if you want to watch more Pokemon content, guys, you know what to do. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Alright, guys, that's it from me in this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, you guys are legends, and I'll see you on the next one.